Grow with Renee here, guys. How are you today? I'm coming to you today to try to do a video basically amending some soil, uprooting some transplants that need to be replanted, and just doing a few things. So basically today I am going to plant some Malabar spinach today. Some Agatashi Texas hummingbird mint, whatever that is. We're going to plant it. It looks beautiful. I guess it attracts the hummingbirds. We're going to do some Japanese red giant mustards. I'm going to do some fruit berries, some what are they called? Atrigoli, orange. Please excuse the light. I'm outside and the sun is turned the way she wants to be. And these are purple Murasaki peppers. Oh, guys, if you can see these purple peppers, they're supposed to be, let me see, black pars deceived. These peppers only look hot. Their foliage has a purplish haze, highly productive. These are very sweet, I believe. And this is the butter crunch lettuce. These are the free seeds that Baker Creek sent me. So that's my goal for today. And also, last but not least, I'm going to do some Savoy cabbage that one of my subscribers sent me. Her name is Diva Jones. Okay, so I'm going to try to plant those. But first, I'm going to start some in this tray. It's a planter tray, and so you know, planter trays, you can only fit so much dirt in them. But again, it's just a starter. So what I know I need to do is I need to put some more holes in here. So I am going to do that. Give me one moment. Hold on one second. I'm going to rotate this thing here so that we could actually have a visual of what I'm doing. Okay, so my goal is to add some more holes here. And right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes, and I think that's not enough. So I'm going to go ahead and put some more in. I think I'm going to add like 4 more holes. Maybe 5 more. I think I'm going to put 1 more here. And then we'll put 1 more here. And I have 1 down the middle. And I think I should put maybe 2 here. So I'm going to add another one in the middle. A little tougher. Okay, so now I put the holes in here. And so now I have, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, probably about 13 holes. And with these 13 holes, I'm just going to add some dirt. Now I had to, as far as my dirt goes, this is some basil that we just bought from the grocery store. I'm going to go ahead and plant her too, because I think she deserves another start. You know, she's just a plant that I guess they decide that you know, they'll sell us this little tiny plant. Let me see if I can show you the bottom of it to you. And you're supposed to buy them, of course, and cook with them. Me, I replant them. And it's good for those of you all who get food stamps. And you can talk about those people if you want to, but food stamps are being given out to everybody during this pandemic. because from what I saw the other day and the days that the days that have just passed, folks that never thought they'd have a food stamp has them. So you don't necessarily have to get them, but they help out in my garden. So that's my reason. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and gather some dirt. I don't know if you guys can see me or if you can still hear me, but there's the dirt, I think. Nope, let's see. There's the dirt and there's me. So I am going to amend this dirt. I'm going to add some perlite to this dirt. I'm going to add some blood meal, bone meal. There's something over there called Sure Start. Not sure what that is. Some kind of a fertilizer. I'm going to check and see if I really need it. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and dump the rest of this Kellogg. And I also have some old dirt that I didn't use, repurpose it. I'm going to repurpose that dirt. So I'm just going to, this was 3 cubic feet. I'm thinking there's about 2 left in here. Maybe 2.5. Right? Yeah, about 2 3/4 left. And this is the brand that I use. I also actually don't normally use the all-natural garden soil, but it is organic. I like the one, I think it's the patio mix, whatever it is, the one that already has the perlite and the good stuff in it. So for this one, I gotta add all that myself. Okay? So these big old chunks that you can see, look at this big chunk. See these big chunks? Just gotta break those up. Thanks for growing with me today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day. Not sure what the temperature is here today in San Diego, but it's pretty nice out. Probably feels like it's about 70, 75, which to me is a awesome day to come out and plant. So give me one moment as I go grab my nutrients. Okay, so I'm going to be adding some amendments to this dirt. Like I said, it doesn't have much. And I'm going to start with some worm castings. Now, normally I use my own worms, but they are in the dirt over there, and I wanted to keep them in that dirt over there because that dirt over there has gotten wet, and I'm going to let it dry out. It's already been amended. I'm going to let it dry out, and then not to the point where it's dry, but to the point where it's where I can actually plant it without it being in clumps, muddy clumps. Okay, and so then the worms that are in there will stay. So I'm going to add worm castings to this, and this one is called Sure Start. It's from E.B. Stone. Okay, and it's for flower beds, vegetable gardens, and ground cover. And basically, what is in this is it's for bare root trees as well, for shrubs and roses. And so this is basically, where are my glasses? Are they on my head? Oh, they're not on my head. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get some glasses. I'll be right back. All right, now that I can see, this has, and I'm not sure again if I'm going to use it, it has nitrogen, phosphorus, it has some soluble potash, calcium, and sulfur. So it's derived from blood meal, feather meal, bone meal, dried chicken manure, bat guano, alfalfa meal, kelp meal, and potassium sulfate. So basically, if I was going to use this, then I wouldn't need this, because I do believe that this is 100% bone meal. It's nitrogen and bone meal. So there's 12% in here. So let me see how much. It doesn't really tell you the percentage of bone meal in here. So maybe I'll just use the Sure Start, because with the Sure Start, I don't have to add any blood meal either. So I can hold off on these hold them for when I'm all out of this. And that's what we'll be using. Okay? So, let's go ahead and add some of this bone meal and blood meal to amend this dirt. Okay? Now I'm going to be generous with this because as you can see, I have a lot of dirt. So, I'm not going to be overly generous, but I'm going to be generous. And be careful because this stuff does kick up a lot of dust. So you want to make sure the wind. We'll get a face mask. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to amend this dirt, and what I'm going to do is, I'm not sure if I even got this on camera already, but I'm going to use some worm castings for the plant food. I'm going to use this EB Stone Shore Start because it always has bone meal, blood meal, kelp, it has bat guano, it has chicken poop, it has all the good stuff in here already, so I'm not going to use the organic blood meal and bone meal that I have separate. This is a one-stop shop here. And it's got of course, it's got the nitrogen in it. It's got the phosphate. And so, yeah, I'm going to use this instead. And like I was saying, you want to wear a face mask because this stuff does tend to powder up a little bit, especially with the perlite as well. And I'm going to use a generous amount of this, but I'm just going to do it. I guess I can do it all at once instead of having to do this again. So I'm just going to add this in here because I think I have like 2 1/2 3/4 cubic foot of dirt in here. So I'm going to drop some perlite in here as well. And I don't have my container, so I'll just go ahead and use one of my cups here. One of my plant things. Scoop some out. And again, perlite helps to keep the water drainage, keep good drainage in here. Let me show you what perlite is. For people who don't know what the perlite is, it improves drainage and aeration for the soil, promotes strong root development, and also helps prevent soil compaction, so your soil doesn't get compacted. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up, and I know this is not enough, so I'm just going to mix up one side. I can already see it's not enough, so I'm just going to do one side at a time. Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, that looks very good for that side. Okay? Then I'm going to add some more of the EB Stone Shore Start. So this side, it's all organic, guys. I only use organic dirt. I only use organic pesticides, and I only use organic fertilizer. I'm going to put the worm castings in last. Okay. And I'm going to add some more perlite. I had a cup of perlite in there. Well, not a cup, but I don't know how many ounces this is. But it's big enough. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. Maybe I should. Maybe I should get a shovel. Let me go ahead and grab a shovel. I just had one, but I'll use this one. Mix this dirt up. Try to get down to the bottom so I can get as much of this mixed up as possible. Try to break up these clumps because, again, the perlite helps keep it from getting compacted. So if you got clumps, you want to get rid of those. And this Kellogg does tend to clump up, so I'm just going down as deep as I can because I don't want to miss the dirt that's on the bottom. Okay, I think this is pretty good. And if I go down to the bottom as I'm planting and realize that I didn't get something, then I'll just go ahead and get it. So, add some more nutrients. Here's the the worm castings. Now, worm castings, they're ideal for mixing into soil for potted plants, top dressings, and brewing tea, or spray on the plants of the soil. I'll probably go ahead and make a spray with these as well, because I do believe that they mix up pretty well. It's total nitrogen is 1.25 and calcium in here, so this is extra nitrogen in addition to the bone meal, the blood meal, or the shore stock that I just used. Okay. Worm castings are the material deposited by earthworms. Our earthworms are fed a natural worm food to create high quality castings, and they invite you to share in the commitment to protect the environment. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to dump some of this beautiful blackness into here. Oh, it's beautiful. What is that? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and dump some in here. I'm not going to dump a lot, because a little does go a long way. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. Oh yeah. Still coming across some clumps. Okay, so I think this is mixed up pretty well. I love my container. This is a big, tough container that